Okay, so we have some games here that are been finished here. We have one game in the MEAC tournament here. And it's Norfolk, South Carolina State, Norfolk State 11. 1 South Carolina State wins in 5. We have one game of the American East tournament. The third game of the day in the American East tournament has been moved until Monday, or Saturday, excuse me. Saturday in the American East tournament. Now it's 6:30 Eastern between Brighton and New Albany. And then UBC Binghamton has moved to 4 Eastern. So we have yet another delay in the American East. Because by the time the next game, if it's 2 hours long, it will be 8:30 Eastern. It will be 9 Eastern minimum before it even gets started. So yeah. They are pushing that back to Saturday. It does not say right here yet, but it will be. And they'll have the championship, the American East championship, and then if the team had to play if there was a third game for one team, then I have to be on Sunday because they can't do 3 in one day. We have Green Bay, Cleveland State High School tournament. That's an elimination game. Kimberly Land Coast Athletics Association from Dean New Eastern. Wow, Miami Ohio, the MAC tournament New Eastern. Winthrop, South State, Southeast Missouri State, Tennessee Tech. So we have a lot of games going on right now. Right here. And that's on the stands.
And more than that, they have a growth mindset at Florida State where every single year they are scouting themselves, finding weaknesses, and developing the player, not just softball skill-wise, but in the weight room, nutritionally, mentally. She gives them all the tools to be just the most successful version athlete that they can be, but adults as well. Huge alumni support at Florida State when
everywhere
they
travel too, right?
Yep, you're right.
Little pockets of fan clubs that say wherever they go. 2-2 to Baker. Run up. Franzic's gotten her twice.
And away has been the area of the plate that's been exploited against Duke today.
Franzic in her 4 innings of relief, giving up just 1 hit, no walks, 4 strikeouts. She is 1 out away from picking up her 10th win of the season. Brooklyn Thomas, the freshman, trying to keep things going.
I think Duke is one of those bubble teams right now for hosting regionals. They came in with an RPI that sits right on the cusp of either being in or out. They will definitely make the postseason, but not sure if they'll be able to host in Durham.
Did that last year and then were shipped to Missouri for the Super Regional, which was a surprise to some that they weren't in the top 8 as the ACC regular and tournament champions. Maybe a sign of disrespect, a little chip on their shoulders. Went in and beat Missouri in 3 games, then got to the World Series. Forever remember that as the Locust Series. They were all over the place in Columbia. Literally one flew into the mouth of Larissa Anderson during a game, the head coach from Missouri. but I digress.
It was disgusting.
Yes. 2-1 to Thomas. That is a solid single. Thomas rounds first. Kerr quickly got over to it, so a 2-out single. Duke still has life.
Well, Nathan said that disrespect that they felt being shipped off for Super Regionals was something that propelled them to the World Series. Brooklyn Thomas in the 8th spot does not want to go home yet. Keeps the inning alive with stinging a ball down the line. Come on, Beecham, we need a higher vertical than that, right?
Well, she doesn't have a natural God-given vertical.
No, a little vertically challenged.
She's 5'3". Nothing wrong with that. And Deanna Jennings, who was not even thrown out, she was clubbed out. She had that ground ball to Hartley, who flipped it with her glove to get her in the first inning to rob her of an infield single. And if she can get on, that brings up Mala'ulu in the top of the lineup. Chopper, Beecham, all 5'3" of her, but it's not in time. Good defensive play, but too much speed from Jennings.
And Beecham could not have played that ball any better. She had to leave her feet to get the ball out of the air. But when you talk about speed, Jennings is a different level. Down the line, it is almost impossible to grab her when the ball goes to the left side of the field. Textbook slapper. Calls herself safe, and she's right.
The first 2 outs and the infield single by Thomas, the single by Thomas, followed by the infield single by Jennings. Ulu. Edfield gonna take a little time to go out and call everybody in. There's the veteran.
And that's exactly why you need Edfield behind the dish. She's showing that leadership that she can bring the defense together, have a little talk, make sure that the emotions stay in check. They've got a 2-run lead, but hey, a bomb out of this hitter right here, Mala'ulu, that would give Duke the lead.
She has 5 of them on the season. 7 doubles, 4 triples, so has that gap power.
But also has that Women's College World Series experience to know that this is not a moment that is bigger than what she can swing through.
UCLA transfer. I don't see anyone warming in the pen. Florida State.
No, their bullpen is
Orange now.
full of Clemson Tigers.
So they would be bullpenless. Have an area somewhere to.
They would have to relieve and give a tunnel to the pitching staff if they wanted to, but Rancic is in full control right now. There's not a need for hesitation or pause for what's going on in the circle for Florida State.
Tying run is over at first base. Jennings. Thomas at second. 1-1.
Yeah, you're saying that.
Ulu
She can't find it.
takes outside.
This is not a hitter in this moment that you probably want to challenge on the inside part of the plate. She's got great power. This is a pretty important out here, knowing that if you toss the bat over to Vega, who's next in the lineup, Vega, another one of those hitters with long ball potential, 11 home runs on the year for the on-deck batter.
Coach Marissa Young, by the way, back coaching at third with the puffy coat. And it gets through. Torres at short. The run scores to make it a 1-run game. Usually Torres is as solid as they come over there.
The difference in that one, though, Torres did not take a step forward or back. She let that ball play her. Your job as a shortstop is to make sure that you play the aggressor on a ground ball, and with just a lateral step, allowed that ball to take advantage of her. I need to see a step with an angle on it, whether you're going back or going forward. You cannot just go to a lateral move and expect that ball to take the right kind of hop. And with the speed that was on first base, you're looking at an opportunity for Duke to extend this game. we said Frantic was in a good position. Ani Alameda will come to the circle and potentially make a change in the circle. It looks like we will see Frantic relieved.
Yeah, Ashton Danley, who is the starting DP, is going to come in and try to close this game out. They were 1 out away with nobody on base, and right now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away. Pitching change. When we come out unearned runs,
Now, since there's a pitching change for first eight, let's go to the SoCon title. SoCon Championship. The SoCon Southern Conference Championship. Also known for short as the SoCon. And this is the SoCon, the Southern Conference Softball Championship. This is game 9 between Sanford and Chandler. Game 9 is this is the 9th game of the SoCon Softball Championships, but it is not the 9th game they've played between the two teams this season or something. No, just the 9th game of the tournament championship as a whole.
It's Amina Vega, who does have a hit that was off the starter. Lifted, playable for Bueno, and Danley gets the...
And that's not so. So Florida State survives their elites as 3-2. They are the 8th ranked team in the polls, so they're on the level of hosting the Super Regionals, wherever they travel. If you look at the poll, so yeah, we have a lot of changes here in the system. See, a lot. And we have the Big East semis. Now the Big East semis have removed the second semi. The one of the semis is at 9 Eastern on FS2. One semi that's on television TV. And then we have the first game. One of the games at 6 Eastern. The game's on 9 Eastern. And we have a game on at 2 Eastern. And the second game is on at 6 Eastern. There's going to be a low patch of weather between the first 2 games. And then the final game is on 9 Eastern. On FS2 as part of FS2s. Or as part of Fox Sports is like Big East rates. Because they have the Big East rates. Yeah. I have to show this a little bit of this tournament. You know, they're not showing all of it, but they're showing some of it though. You know, so yeah. Now let's go to Sanford and Chattanooga here. I mean, Coastal Carolina is, was trying to get Coastal Carolina is trying to get run rule. Would be able to second game of the tournament of the semifinals. That would actually help the Sun Belt out some in order to get all the games in. But also other games, but we have Southeast Missouri's Tennessee Tech, maybe Cleveland State, Miami, Ohio, Abraham Fordham Dane, and Windop, South Carolina. Let's see, but we'll do that here. Especially when some of the other games are going to be done soon here. Let's go to Chattanooga. Sanford and Chattanooga here. Sanford is down 8-3 to Chattanooga here. In the seventh here.
I'll say it again, it pays to be a winner.
We were talking about the tournament format earlier. I like that the regular season is rewarded, that there's a real prize to winning, that your path to the tournament championship gets easier.
Absolutely. Obviously, that hard work deserves to be rewarded. It's a long season, and it's can feel like a haul sometimes. So the ability to go in each weekend and put up a good performance, you definitely deserve to be rewarded for that. Chattanooga faithful did not like that call. However, it's been consistent for Henry Hill back there.
Campbell pops it up, and Snell puts it away. But we have seen 3 different Peja Goulds in this tournament. Yesterday, she seemed almost untouchable for the first probably 5 innings, and then got in some trouble, and then came out, but came back in and looked a little shaky. And then today, she gave up a single run in the first, or I should say Long gave up a single run in the first and 2 in the second, and Gould came in, and she has looked very, very strong.
And that's what you want from your ace.
I mean, we heard Sanford coach Megan Curry talking about how your team deals with adversity, and Gould has dealt with it a little bit here and responded.
Yeah, and again, I mean, especially when you're in postseason play, anything can happen. So you've got to be able to stay mentally, emotionally strong and walk into any situation and know that you got it.
And now, Chattanooga is 1 out away. The next game today is Mercer and UNC Greensboro. Greensboro is the top offense in the SoCon, and Mercer has played really, really good softball over the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, Mercer has been really clicking in all facets of the game, and their energy has been crazy good as well.
Mercer has played 4 games already. In order to win the championship, Mercer would have to play 8 games. They'd have to win the second game today. They'd have to win the third game today. And they'd have to win twice tomorrow. But they enter our late game having won 8 of 9 and 12 of 14.
Again, there's something to be said about getting your team to kind of peak at the right time.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Champion. Sharply to the park, and that is it. Peja Gold sets down the...
And Sam Shannon wins this game in the SoCon Championship. Southern Conference Championships. SoCon Championships.